I think people come to play escape rooms to escape. When I mean escape, obviously they're playing the game to escape the room in their time, but I think that they're also escaping from reality. I think it was something that was always kind of this subconscious thing that I always wanted to do, and then escape rooms started happening. And then from there, here we are. My name is Zach Shaw. I am a game master here at Breakout Escape. I'm also a pretty theatrical person. Aside from that, I do Dungeons & Dragons. I'm a dungeon master. I'm also a horror host, and I give walking haunt tours. An escape room is a series of rooms. They are all themed to a different story or environment where people come to essentially escape them, usually in a time-limited fashion. And they're doing this by solving puzzles and challenges and working together to essentially race against the clock to escape. I think that people can come and play an escape room and get an escape from kind of real life, to immerse themselves in a story. It's the same way that we read a book or watch a TV show or play a video game. We're escaping for a moment. And I think an escape room can offer this in a way that is challenging, in a way that you are using both the left and right side of your brain, creativity and logic. I think you're doing this with a group of people, so you get cooperative play with working with friends or family or work. And I think it offers it in a way that is both challenging, fun, and a pretty good experience.
Was there a certain moment in your life where you decided you wanted to be an entertainer?
I'm a nerd of many trades. Even before doing escape rooms, I was really big into Dungeons & Dragons, who my uncle got me into at a very early age. I've always been a big gamer for video games. I've taken theater classes in college. I was big into cosplaying when that was a thing, like at Comic-Con. So there again, I'm used to kind of putting these characters, putting them together through costume, interacting with people. And then some of the conventions that I had gone to, I had met some of the people who were hosting them, and then I got to talk to those people. And then I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool to be on this side of the spectrum and to not only be a character, but to do it for a group of people. So I've always had a taste for a theatrical, so I like the idea that everything an escape room did have to offer for me, and that I could be a character. I could run these games that I essentially already did, just in different ways. It offered it in a way that was new and exciting to me, that I kind of wanted to see what it was about.
Tell me a bit about the Haunted Mansion.
Oh boy. So I am also a big fan of the Haunted Mansion, which is the attraction at the Disney parks.
Walt Disney World. It's 46 square miles of Disney fun in Central Florida.
For me, I was lucky enough, my family got a trip to go to Disney World at a very, very early age. I was probably only like 5 or 6. And from there, every 3 to 4 years, we would go back. And the one attraction that I was obsessed with was the Haunted Mansion. And for those of you who don't know, it's a dark ride, and you sit in a little cart and you go through scene by scene by scene of this Victorian haunted house. And the effects, the lighting, the characters, the music, the story, everything that this ride had, it was so much more of a ride. And then later, with help of the internet, I was able to find that there was a fan base for this kind of a thing. And that got me deeper down the rabbit hole of Haunted Mansion fans. I was obsessed with it, and then from there on out, even becoming friends with some of the staff who had worked there, and talking to them about behind the scenes. It's still something that I would eventually like to try, maybe not do forever, but I would like to kind of check that off my bucket list of being able to say that I worked at the mansion for a short time. It was, again, one of those kind of theatrical things where I remember saying, I want to do that. I want to do what they do. I think the mansion, or the Haunted Mansion, was definitely one of my first kind of windows into seeing people do it as a profession. Once I heard about Breakout Escape and, some of the things they do, I thought, well, that kind of reminds me of Disney. I was very attracted to that idea as, well, this is something close that I might try and do. I would say to those of you out there who are worried about what the world might think, be you strange or unusual or different, stop. You shouldn't have to twist and turn yourself into something to get everybody's approval, because not everybody's gonna like you. You're happy. That's what matters the most. And if you do what you love and you have a passion for it, you will find people that like that. Later on, I got into a automotive detailing industry, which for a while was fine. It was a good paycheck. I eventually worked up to being a manager there, and I managed a building for the better part of like 3 years. But eventually I found out it wasn't what I wanted to do. Dare I say, it became kind of miserable, but I'm definitely happier coming to work here because this is something that I like to do. It doesn't feel like work, where that place, it did. I have a taste for the theatrical, I have a taste for showmanship, and I wasn't getting it there. And I didn't want to go through my life looking back and saying, what if? I could have kept going, but what's the fun in that?